So really quick to kind of go over the main features for Soul. Obviously, with strength in the game now, she can use that to build crit. She can use that to augment her basic attack. So if she wants to really focus on that playstyle, she can. And we did a few key changes to her kit to try and support that better. So, for example, her passive actually gives her strength as well as intelligence, where before in Smite 1 it just gave magical power. So her passive will augment your hands very directly. The second thing was we added some extra ways to generate heat, most notably the ultimate. The big thing there is now your ultimate, as you hit targets, will give heat. So your ultimate in a pure in-hand build where you're building a lot of strength might feel underwhelming in the sense of like raw damage, but still a lot of good control, and it can immediately put you to full heat, so you can just start wailing with your auto attacks. So it's a really powerful tool that way.
Nice.
For the more int-focused side of things, we want to make sure that she's a magical carry, but she also is a AoE mage. She has a lot of AoE abilities, and so we wanted to highlight that for when you go that int playstyle. So the first major noticeable change is you have your 1, and it gives you a ton of heat, it heals you, and it does damage in AoE. But when you're at full heat, it doesn't necessarily have as much use case anymore because it's mainly a builder, but now it is a giant area.
So this scales linearly with the heat you currently have.
Correct.
So, you know, the more heat you have, the bigger your AO1 is.
And you can see if I cast it once here, it's the size. If I cast it twice, that size. And then full size is a little bit bigger than that because that's the full strength. And you can even see the targeter, it will dynamically adjust. I got to work on this. I'm just going to show it off because I like it. Look at
Whoa!
Look at that. Updates in real time.
How did you do that?
Crazy.
That is insane.
Insane. So your 1 has extra use cases. You can drop this in the middle of a team fight and cover a wide area and threaten people to essentially get out of that area, because it does quite a bit of damage if you can keep people inside of it. It's just really hard to when it was this size before. Your 3 also has some new spline tech going on with it. So the trail is, instead of a whole bunch of deployables, is actual spline.
Nice.
And you can see that explosion effect. It's there in Smite 1. It used to do damage in Smite 1 when it exploded. We brought that back. So now if people are on the trail, it explodes, and it explodes in a relatively large area. So if people are trying to chase you, they have to respect the trail a bit more now.
No stun though from Smite.
No stun.
Zeus already cashed in our bring of stun back.
Yeah, and he deserved it more, Soul players. I don't want to hear it.
And you can see there, using my ultimate, I immediately got to full heat hitting the targets there. The ultimate works very similarly. It has the same type of paint targeter. Hint as to why we might wanted to do Soul and bring Soul in the game is we have a new targeter type we had to support. But yeah. So that's all the major Soul changes. If you want to play that int mage style, you have that available to you with that extra AoE from your 1 and the explosion of your 3. Or if you want to play that in-hand style, that carry style, you can play that as pure intelligence, and you will do quite a bit of damage. And if you want to take it to the next level, you can start throwing in Deathbringer. You can start throwing high strength items in there. You could go like a strength CDR and splash like 2 CDR builds, so you're just throwing abilities all over the place. A lot of flexibility here. Soul was a really popular character, a really successful character. Doesn't have as many changes as we've had on some other characters, but I think these changes are going to go really well for her playstyle and really supporting the things that she's going to want to do in Smite 2.